Alrighty everyone, what is going on and welcome back to today's video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this thumbnail. Now this is a very basic thumbnail, to be completely honest with you. It really doesn't take much at all, but you'll find that this is basically the standard for a lot of montage highlights these days. You play around with a gun, either reloading in a form like this or just still. You chuck a background in with basically any form of whatever you want, and then you put in a rank. So pretty much this is basically all it is. It really isn't that difficult at all, and I'm hopefully going to be able to take you guys through how to make this thumbnail. So with that said, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, drop a sub, notification bell. Also make sure to come check out my Twitch streams, links in the description down below. We stream there every day. Love to see you guys there. With that said, this is a very basic thumbnail to make, and hopefully you find this useful and handy in terms of making thumbnails for yourself. And if it's not exactly what you want, but it's a basis, that's basically what I want to do with this. Obviously the background could be a lot better. I feel like the rank could be better placed, stuff like that, but this is just a benchmark to show you how to get the basics of these thumbnails, and then you can take steps forward from there. Feel free to ask questions in the comments as well. I should be able to answer them. But with that said, let's get into it. So obviously we're going to be doing this on Photoshop, as you can see. So first thing you want to do is go File, New, and then you're going to want to go to the width, and you're going to want to change that to 1280, and then you're going to go to the height and put that to 720. That is the default. That is the thumbnail. What's the size, sorry. So you want to do that, and then the resolution 1080, that doesn't really matter. Make sure that's on RGB color as well, and create. So now you have a canvas, you have this here. Obviously it's the exact same as this. So the first thing we're going to do is get the gun. Obviously the gun really, this is what I already have saved, but the gun really just depends on what you want to do. I personally got this gun from a pack downloadable on YouTube, so if I don't know what the dude's video is, if I can find it again, I downloaded it ages ago. I'll put the link in the description, but just look up Rainbow Six Siege weapon animation, stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure you can find this dude. I really appreciate him. He's the guy with the glacier skins. I have done them myself as well. You just go into a game, you stare it to the sky on coastline, and then you just screenshot it. Obviously that's how I got stuff like this. But you can't lean without aiming on console, so obviously I can't do what he did. And he's definitely got better angles, and obviously I didn't even try reloading, which is what a lot of people do in the current day. So literally all you do is stare into the sky, shoot a bullet, reload, screenshot it, and then what you do if you want a little tutorial, you go into the Xbox companion on your computer, and then you just download the image. I don't know how to do it on the other stuff. I think PC you just screenshot it and then it'll go into a folder somewhere. Not sure about PlayStation, but with that said, for today's video we're doing Ash. So this is Ash's one right here. I've already got it cut out, but I'll go get an image right now of it not cut out so I can give you a tutorial on how to do that. Alrighty, so we are here now with a completely uncut out version of this. So obviously this is the outcome that we're trying to get. There are multiple different ways to do this. The first one I'm going to go over is the magnetic tool. So you just go over here, you grab that, and then you just drag it along, and it should magnetize itself to the edges, and then obviously select all them. It's definitely not the easiest way to do it, of course, but yeah, so that's one strategy to do it. The next strategy is literally a right click away on that same tool, which is the polygonal, which is where you manually select it and you just kind of roll around, etc., as you can see, and then you just do all that. I'm just going to delete all that real quick, so let's do that. It's probably a quick way to do it, but I will. And then these are the two options here which I would definitely recommend, which is the quick selection, which is you just select stuff and it should select it for you. It'll select all the outlines. If it misses a bit, then you just manually go over it like that. Just grab everything that you want. Obviously you can do a little bit of erasing as well if it goes a little bit over. And then just keep selecting it all until you have everything selected. Obviously you can click and drag if you want to do it a lot more faster than what I was doing just then. So there you go. And that's one version to do it. Then you just Control C, Control V, unlock the background, delete, and then you obviously clean it up. Or you can do this. So this is probably the easiest way to do it. You go over here, and then there's an option here. If you right click on that quick selection, which is object select, you drag the box over your whole weapon, and then it should do a semi decent outline in literally one drag. Control C, Control V, and then now we're going to clean it up. So this is where you want to use the quick selection 100%. You do that and it should outline everything you don't want, and then you just click delete. And then it'll delete everything. Control D. You do it again up here in the gun. Delete. Control D down here. delete. If you get rid of a little bit, I really don't think it matters. You can obviously go over it with the magnetic tool if you really feel like. Now we have this compared to this. It's pretty much exactly the same, just a little bit more feathered down by the looks of it. There's really no difference, I don't think. Like this one's maybe a little bit more better done, but really I'd say if you drag this into this, you won't really notice it. Obviously you can see that small outline right there, which we're going to take care of in a second. So obviously you want to scale this down to wherever you want, whatever size you want. There you go. And then you're going to double click on it, and then you just want to put a drop shadow on it real quick, and that's how you can tell if you made any mistakes in the cuts, because obviously it outlines it, such as right here. Go over it with the editing tool, which you find right here, the little eraser. Edit all that, cut all that out. If you want to smoothen out the edges a little bit as well, you can just go over it like that. I don't think really many people are going to notice. You can just smooth it out. It's really up to you. If you want to do more precise cuts, use the magnetic tool or the polyagonal one. But I'm just doing it nice and quickly to give a demonstration. If you want the same effect that I had on the other one, you literally just go to the outer glow. The spread here is how you control your spread. Obviously, full spread turns it into that. Low spread turns it into like a glow effect. So it really depends on your personal preference what you want to use. I usually do something like this. You leave the drop shadow on, then you put a white effect there. As you can see, that's exactly what I have on here. And then yeah, so we're just going to go with that. Obviously you can play around. If you just double click on this, that's how you get to it. You can play around with, you can soften it, the spread, and then just turn that up. Obviously make it a different color so you can see. There you go, now your gun's glowing. It really just depends on your personal preference in terms of that one. But with what I do, I like to do stuff like that, and that's what we're going to roll with for now. Now, the background, again, really completely up to you. I'm going to try and make the exact same thing that I already created. So I'm going to go and take this plain background we have here. You want to find an image on the internet that is bigger than the portrait size that we set up already. So, which was 1280 by 720. This is obviously much bigger, as you can see. So you're going to want to Control T and then downscale it. Obviously, that's going to completely help you out with just downscaling and then slap it in. I would always recommend against scaling up like that. It's going to ruin your aspect ratio, so don't do that. Just keep it nice and proportionate like that. Do whatever you want with your background, and then over here in the layers, you just drag it to below the gun, and then the gun's on top. There you go. And then obviously the last thing we're going to do here is put in our rank. So the rank is whatever rank you decide to put in. If you want to clickbait with a champion logo, fair enough. There's multiple different champions you can find on the internet. I have all three of them here. We have that one. There's this one, and then there's this transparent one. I think that one's the one most people use, but I personally prefer to use this one. So you're going to want to grab that, drag that over here. Obviously, that's how you drag them in. And then size it to however you want to size it. Obviously, we're going to be doing a little effect, so don't make it the whole screen. I'd say put it like there. Then obviously, let me just close a few things real quick. That doesn't need to be saved, I've already done it. So over here, obviously you can see we have this type of zoom effect. That's really just copy and pasting, like that. And then you're going to want to line it up again. And then you're just going to want to scale it up. Scale it up a tiniest bit, and then drag it to the left again, so it's kind of in line. You'll see those purple bars if it's in line again. Drag it over here to the in the right to below it. Then you want to go over here and then just lower its opacity. That kind of creates like that shadow mirroring effect. There might be another way to do it, but this is the way. And then on that second layer, you want to add that outer glow, lower the spread, and then turn up the size. And then go and find the color. You'll find the colors right about in the middle of red and pink, about there. Add that glow, and then obviously just make the size whatever you wish. You can upgrade the spread a little bit as well, like that. It'll make it a little bit more glowy. I think that's good for now. Putting a glow on the first layer as well is actually pretty helpful in terms of maybe not that big, but but just adding a little glow like that kind of helps with the effect. And then what you're going to want to do again is literally Control C, get this one, line it up as best you can. Control T, grow it a little bit. Line it up again, back to where it was. Just try and line them up as best as you want. Drag that one to the back, and then there you go. You have like that little effect. Obviously you can put, if you want, you go over here, you select which one you want and Control T. That's how you select something that has something in front of it, like a layer. So obviously we're moving the front layer now. Bam, bam. Now we're moving the back layer. If you want to move them around to create different types of effects, you can rotate them like that, and then chuck it there. Try and align it center scale like that, and then grab this, and then you can rotate that. Try and align that center scale. I don't think this even has a center scale. But as you can see, you kind of just play around with it to try to make those transparent effects. Something else you can do here is you can lower the opacity the further back they go. So you can lower the opacity on the very back layer, so it's kind of fading away, if that makes any sense. And pretty much, that's really all there is to it. That's really all there is to it. We pretty much have a semi-identical version of this. As you can see, the only difference that I have on this one is that they're a little bit more spaced out, so you go over here, Control T, they're a little bit more dragged up, and that's pretty much like the only difference that we have between that and the benchmark that I made at the start. They're just a little bit more, they're like phasing away, they're not phasing through, you know. So really you can play around with all these effects, but basically what I've said in this video is pretty much the basics to what you do to make any sort of thumbnail like this. If you guys did find this video useful in any way, do let me know down below. Something else you can also do if you really want, I know a lot of people don't mind doing this, is putting an inner glow. So you double click on the background, inner glow, and then you can kind of you can put the choke on 100. Obviously you want to turn that size down. And then if you scale the background, you can get these borders on the inside as well, which people like, which is completely fair. So you can kind of match that to the color if you want. You can just do whatever you want with it. But yeah, there's really a lot of different opportunities that you can work with in Photoshop. If you guys want another tutorial, let me know down below what you want the tutorial on, and I'm completely happy to do it. Obviously on Photoshop, I do a TAFE course completely revolving around this subject, along with making thumbnails daily for 2 different channels. So I kind of know what I'm doing, I think, but I'm by no means a pro, but I'm doing my best. So let me know what you guys want to know, and I'll try and teach it the best I can. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, drop a sub, notification bell, check out my Twitch streams if you have any questions or you just want to come chill, play some games. I do that all the time. With that said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.